BQ is back, baby, and this is Operation Great Black Hawk.
Hit the music.
Break it down! We are live in Rhode Island, and Zach Millen and I are in all-out chase mode today. Long story short, there's been a great black hawk up in Maine, a bird that is a first ever United States record and is from Central and South America. A mega rarity, we would call this. The bird's been on and off with observations in Maine, being seen all the way back in August, then disappearing for a while, then being seen again, then flying out into the ocean, then being observed for almost a whole week at a place called Deering Oaks Park in Portland, Maine. Zach and I earmarked today to go up and chase this bird up in Portland, Maine from Pennsylvania. However, the bird, after being seen for over a week in this park every day, has not been seen at all yesterday. So we're going all in on the birding, but half in on the great black hawk by driving halfway to Rhode Island so that we could chase some rarities around here. And this morning's first objective, while we wait to see if the great black hawk is refound in Maine, is to find my lifer, tufted duck. A Eurasian species, tufted duck are quite the rarity to the United States. And they do show up occasionally, and when they do, they often show up in large flocks of ducks, like this. One of these birds, among all of these greater scop, is the highly coveted tufted duck. And if we were to see this bird, this would be my 519th life bird. How about you, Zach?
This is my first time in North America. Earlier this year, I got to see a family in England.
And as we look for this tufted duck, I got to say that Rhode Island birding is just too sweet! Plenty of ruddy duck here, enough to go around for everybody. Zach and I, we're ornithological savage beasts. I left my house real early this morning to be here today. Ugh. What time did you leave your house?
1:30.
This is just what we do, all in the name of great birds. Get with it. Red-breasted merganser. A handsome male hooded merganser. Ooh. All right, female common merganser and a few others coming in here. So we've got common merganser, red-breasted merganser, hooded merganser. That, my friends, is a sweep, or as we say in the sports world, a hat trick. All right, I gotta go get those. Not the sharpest view, but way in the distance, a common goldeneye, a bird that I've never observed perched like this before. Pretty awesome. And now, for the world premiere. My lifer tufted duck, female type. You can tell because of that overall brownish coloration, and notice that little plume of feathers on the back of its head, the tuft, hence the name, tufted duck. Look at that tuft on that female duck. That is not false advertisement, brother. Oh, heads up. Oh, come on. Don't leave. Still there. No! It's gone! Pick us some good feeder birds here at the visitor center. White-breasted nuthatch. House finch. Tufted titmouse, extreme close-up. Trustham Pond National Wildlife Refuge, I give you 5 stars. Here at the Charlestown Breachway in Rhode Island, tell you what, always been a fan of a good breachway. A handsome male common eider, a rather hardy sea duck, with quite the coloration, if I say so myself. A young male common eider. Hello there, young man. Out of here. Go ahead, make fun of my mask, but guess what? This is how I get hot and stay cool all at the same time. Dude, Zach is hardcore about his love for gulls. We've arrived here at Beavertail State Park in Jamestown, Rhode Island. We are just simply blown away by this awe-inspiring New England coast. my all-time favorite duck, the harlequin duck, here in Rhode Island. So a new one from my state list. So awesome seeing this bird here. Wow. Can you see why they're my favorite duck? I mean, just look at them. They're works of art, floating in cold, treacherous, rocky coastline waters. Wow. Little dogs, big dogs. Nice crew of female common eider hanging out here on the rocks just below. A handsome male surf scoter. You can see that white patch on the back of their head gives them the nickname the skunk head. And their bill is like candy corn. And I have to say, it's definitely better than candy corn too. Look at this Iceland gull in flight here. Ghostly white wingtips make it an obvious Iceland gull. Wow. Let's appreciate the beauty of this first cycle Iceland gull. Notice those frosty white wingtips that make it one of the white-winged gull species. Notice how it's a little bit larger than a ring-billed gull. Notice how it's got that great ghostly plumage with a couple of brown spots modeled within there. I mean, so simple, yet so elegant. Very different than the herring gulls right in front. If you notice, they have black wingtips with white spots. Notice how the Iceland gull has completely white wingtips. I always say it, whenever you see white wingtips, drop everything you do and document. A whole gang of amazing harlequin ducks. Mamma mia! There's Zach out there scoping for a mirror species of sorts. Man, I'm having trouble keeping up with him. Rather distant here at the bottom of the scope, 2 razorbill. Very cool. Razorbills are an alcid species that spend their life out in the ocean, so typically finding these birds requires a boat trip. If you're lucky, like we are right now, you can see them from shore, but usually they're distant dots, just like this. All right, as we were strolling back, what did we just pick up here?
A Baltimore Oriole just popped up in these frags.
What a nice surprise here.
Shouldn't we be in South America by now?
Longtime Philly nemesis turned dear friend, red-throated loon. Love that slightly upturned bill as it's floating out there. I like you, red-throated loon. I do. A handsome male white-winged scoter in the foreground, a pair of common goldeneye in the background. So Zach and I have been rolling hard all day, like us boys usually do, and we've chiseled our Rhode Island list to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. So much to the point that we completely forgot our target here, the great black hawk. Well, it's back.
Yeah, we just got word the bird is being seen right now, 1:30 p.m. at Deering Oaks Park. We're 3 hours and 30 minutes away, and sunset is in 3 hours.
We're not going to make it. And even though we stand here among alcids, harlequin ducks, Iceland gull, and other incredible birds, I feel like the wind's been knocked out of us here because we're not going to get our bird. At least not today. Because today is a new day. Yes, it is, because we are officially all in on the great black hawk. We staked ourselves out here in Portland, Maine overnight, and we are now going to be heading to Deering Oaks Park. Very far from home for us, but even further from home for the great black hawk. How far away from home is this bird? Well, if you open up this field guide and you take a look in the hawk section, great black hawk is not listed anywhere.
It's not even in the app.
According to Neotropical Birds Online, this is the range map for the great black hawk. So far from home, it makes our trip up to Maine look like a trip to the corner deli. So it's our responsibility as ethical birders that when observing a bird like this that's so far out of range, that we keep a very respectful distance from it so that we don't disturb it. After all, we spend a lot of money on these high-end optics. We might as well use them. Here we are, Deering Oaks Park. The scene of the crime. Your run-of-the-mill, dare I say ordinary, community park situated across the street from a school. Right in here in Portland, Maine, with an incredible, incredible bird. At least we hope. 6:30 a.m. We're here. No bird. Apparently the bird has been known to roost in these conifer trees in the past. If it's not in here right now, then it's likely not here. So this is our best bet for now. Red-tailed hawk. A hawk, but not the hawk. This bird actually decreases our chances of seeing the great black hawk as it has been chasing the great black hawk away in some territorial disputes lately. 7 o'clock, no bird. Remember when I talked about keeping a respectful distance from the great black hawk as not to disturb it? Props to Portland City Parks for this notice.
We're going to look into the fruit behind and go up to the first cross branches.
Help me out with this, help me out. And now, for the world premiere. Great black hawk. 710. Oh my gosh. Zach, hit him with the Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Awesome, thank you.
Dog walker's going to go right under.
And everybody's getting involved. Zach.
Yo.
What do you got to say about this?
I have no words. From yesterday afternoon. That's ridiculous.
Hopefully some sunlight can help thaw out that squirrel carcass you got there, brother. As we pick up our scope for departure, that marks me my 520th life bird. Any final words before we depart back for Pennsylvania?
What a phenomenal run. I mean, it's been an incredible weekend.
It certainly has. I mean, seriously, what a... I can't even explain it. Just incredible. Barreling down the Hutchinson River Parkway here in New York State as we are heading back to Pennsylvania after what has been one of the most epic birding weekends in our history. And for the first time ever, I have to offer a birding with BQ identification retraction. That's right, a retraction. Earlier, I showed you this clip from yesterday in Rhode Island. Blah! Razorbill. Out of here. At least you got a great look. No boat necessary. Zach and I had identified the bird as a first winter razorbill, but thanks to the keen identification skills of Max McCarthy, he has informed us that that is a thick-billed murre in winter plumage, which is not only a bird that we've been looking for on our excursion this weekend, but it's my 521st life bird. Wow, thank you, Max.
Shout out to Max McCarthy.
I can't say I love retroactively IDing birds like that, especially for a lifer, but in our defense, we were identifying that bird while we were finding out the news that the great black hawk was back. We were not ready in the right mental state to make such a sophisticated identification. And although I'm not all about retroactive IDs, I'm more about having correct identifications. So it shall stand, which makes this weekend officially a triple lifer weekend for yours truly. Mamma Mia! Birding is all about numbers. 1 lifer, 2 dogs, 3 lifers, birds, 4 life. What an incredible weekend. Zach, put it to bed.
Stay fresh. Peace out, y'all.